Have you ever dreamed of traveling the world but felt it was too expensive? A question many of us have pondered. The allure of distant lands, exotic cultures, and breathtaking landscapes is often met with a harsh reality check when we consider the cost. Traveling, a common desire, is often perceived as a luxury that comes with a hefty price tag. Today, we'll debunk that myth, introducing you to the concept of budget travel hacks. But what if I told you, seeing the world doesn't have to break the bank? The first step to affordable travel is planning. By planning, you're not just organizing your trip, but also ensuring that you're getting the most value out of your hard-earned money. It might be tempting to just pack your bags and go, but a little foresight can save you a lot of headaches, and more importantly, a lot of pounds. Consider your destination carefully. Some places are known to be budget-friendly, while others can be quite pricey. Do your research. Look at travel blogs, use online resources, and don't shy away from asking seasoned travelers for advice. Knowledge, as they say, is power. Now let's talk about timing. You've probably heard of the term off-peak travel. Simply put, it's traveling during a time when fewer people do. This could mean avoiding school holidays or the peak tourist season. Off-peak travel not only lets you avoid the crowds, but also opens up a world of savings. Airlines, hotels, and even attractions often lower their prices during these times. You'll be surprised how much you can save by simply choosing when to travel. Lastly, it's important to keep an open mind. Plans change, and that's okay. Having a plan doesn't mean you can't be spontaneous. It just means you have a roadmap to guide you. Remember, meticulous planning paves the way for affordable adventures. So start planning and let the adventure begin. Flexibility, my friends, is your ticket to cheaper travel. Now, you might wonder, how can being flexible save you money? Well, it's quite simple, really. The more flexible you are with your travel dates and locations, the more likely you are to snag those incredible deals that pop up now and again. Let's start with travel dates. You see, airfare prices can fluctuate wildly from one day to the next. Flying on a Tuesday or Wednesday, for instance, is often significantly cheaper than flying on a Friday or Sunday. So if you're not tied down to specific dates, you can play around with your departure and return days to find the most affordable options. The same principle applies to your travel destination. If you're open to exploring different places, you'll have a much wider range of deals to choose from. Some cities and countries are simply less expensive to travel to than others. And if you're willing to go off the beaten path, you can save a significant amount of money. So, how do you find these deals? Luckily, we live in the digital age, and there are countless tools and websites designed to help budget travelers find the best bargains. Websites like Skyscanner and Google Flights, for example, allow you to search for the cheapest flights without specifying a destination. You simply enter your departure city and your flexible dates, and the search engine will show you a list of the most affordable destinations. Similarly, tools like Hopper and Kayak's Explore feature can help you monitor airfare prices and alert you when they drop. You can set up price alerts for multiple destinations and dates, and these tools will notify you when it's the best time to book. But remember, being flexible isn't just about finding cheap flights. It's about embracing the spirit of adventure. It's about letting go of rigid plans and allowing yourself to be surprised by the unexpected. It's about discovering hidden gems and making memories that will last a lifetime. So keep an open mind and let the deals determine your destination. Scene script. Where you lay your head at night is another area where you can save significantly. Let's start with hostels. They are often the first choice for budget travelers. Hostels offer dormitory-style rooms with shared facilities, making them significantly cheaper than most hotels. But don't let the word dormitory put you off. Many hostels offer private rooms too, and you might be surprised by how comfortable and clean they can be. However, remember that privacy can be limited and noise levels can be high, especially if you're sharing with a group of late-night revelers. Next, let's consider vacation rentals. Sites like Airbnb have revolutionized the way we travel, allowing us to rent whole apartments or even just a room in someone's home. These can offer great value, particularly for longer stays. You'll typically have access to a kitchen, so you can save on meals, and you'll get to experience life in a local neighborhood. But bear in mind, standards can vary widely, and you may have to deal with the quirks of someone else's home. House swapping is another interesting option. This involves you swapping homes with someone in your destination for a set period. It's a brilliant way to save money as your accommodation costs are effectively zero. Plus, you get the comfort and convenience of a fully equipped home. The downside? You'll need to be comfortable with the idea of strangers staying in your home, and you'll need to invest time in arranging the swap. Finally, let's not forget camping. If you're traveling in good weather and don't mind roughing it a bit, camping can be a wonderful, budget-friendly way to see the world. You'll need to carry some gear with you, and you'll be at the mercy of the elements, but the cost savings can be substantial. To sum up, there are many alternatives to expensive hotels. Each has its own benefits and drawbacks, and what works best will depend on your personal preferences and circumstances. By exploring non-traditional accommodations, you can save a bundle and maybe even gain a unique experience. Eating local is not only a cultural experience, but also a clever budget hack. Picture this: you're meandering through a bustling market in a foreign land. The air is rich with the scent of spices, fresh produce, and the tantalizing aroma of street food. This, my fellow globetrotters, is where you'll find the heart of a nation's cuisine. And guess what? It's also where you can dine on a dime. Local markets are a treasure trove of affordable eats. They offer a smorgasbord of fresh, inexpensive, and often organic ingredients. The best part? You get to rub shoulders with the locals, who are usually more than happy to share their favorite recipes or let you in on where to find the best local delicacies. Now let's talk tourist traps. They're flashy, they're convenient, and they're usually situated right next to the major attractions, but being lured in by their allure can leave a significant dent in your wallet. Instead, venture a few streets away from the hustle and bustle. Seek out where the locals are dining. Not only will you experience authentic cuisine, but you'll also save a pretty penny. On the topic of authenticity, let's delve into the world of self-catering accommodations. These gems often come equipped with a kitchen, allowing you to whip up your own meals from the local produce you've nabbed at the markets. It's a fun way to experiment with new flavors, and it's significantly cheaper than dining out for every meal. However, it's not just about eating cheaply, it's about eating smartly. Consider sharing meals or opting for the daily special at restaurants. And remember, breakfast is often the cheapest meal of the day, so make it count. In essence, eating on a budget doesn't mean you have to compromise on taste or experience. In fact, it can enhance your travel adventure, providing you with an insight into the local culture and traditions that you might miss otherwise. Savor the local flavors without overspending. Exploring new places doesn't always mean emptying your pockets. Indeed, the beauty of travel lies not only in the grandeur of iconic landmarks or luxurious resorts, but also in the simple pleasures that come free of charge. Let's dive into the world of free attractions and activities. They are everywhere. You just need to know where to look. One of the most rewarding experiences you can enjoy in almost any city is a self-guided walking tour. With just a map and a sense of adventure, you can navigate through winding streets, marvel at architectural wonders, and immerse yourself in the local culture. Some cities even offer free guided walking tours led by locals who are passionate about sharing their home's history and charm. Then we have the wonderful world of museums. Did you know that many world-renowned museums offer free admission days? From the art-filled corridors of the Louvre in Paris to the historical treasures of the British Museum in London. These institutions welcome visitors to explore their vast collections without requiring a single penny. Just make sure to check their websites for information on free entry days. And let's not forget about the allure of nature. Hiking trails, public parks, pristine beaches, and breathtaking viewpoints rarely come with an entrance fee. They offer not only an escape from the hustle and bustle of city life, but also a chance to reconnect with the world in its purest form. Now you might be wondering, how can I find these free experiences? A good starting point would be tourism websites and local travel blogs. They often have up-to-date information on free attractions and events. Social media groups dedicated to budget travel are also great resources. In the end, it's about embracing the journey, not just the destination. It's about finding joy in the small things, the unexpected delights that make your trip memorable. So pack your bags, lace up your walking shoes, and let the world surprise you. Remember, the best things in life, or travel, are often free. When in Rome, do as the Romans do, right? That includes public transportation. Now let's talk about one of the most cost-effective and authentic ways to get around while traveling: public transportation. First, let's consider the cost. Taxis and rental cars can be convenient, yes, but they sure can eat into your travel budget. On the other hand, public transportation, whether it's a bus, tram, subway, or even a ferry, usually costs just a fraction of what you'd pay for a taxi or rental car. And in many cities around the world, you can save even more by purchasing a day or week-long pass. But it's not just about the money. Using public transportation also gives you a chance to experience the destination like a local. You get to see the city from a different perspective, interact with locals, and even discover places you might have missed otherwise. So, how do you navigate public transportation in an unfamiliar place? Well, preparation is key. Before you travel, research the public transportation system of your destination. Look for maps, routes, schedules, and the cost of tickets. And remember, there's probably an app for that. Many cities have dedicated apps for their public transportation systems, which can be a lifesaver when you're trying to find your way around. Once you're there, don't be afraid to ask for help. Locals usually know the ins and outs of their city's public transport system, and most are more than happy to point you in the right direction. Also, keep an eye on how locals behave on public transportation and follow their lead. This could be anything from giving up your seat for someone in need to knowing when to keep your voice down. And finally, always have a backup plan. Sometimes, despite your best efforts, you might get lost or a bus might be late. That's okay. It's all part of the adventure. Just make sure you have a map or a ride-hailing app installed on your phone just in case. Embrace the local commute and your budget will thank you. Let's not forget, travel insurance is not where you want to cut corners. Now I know what you're thinking. Travel insurance, that's just another expense. But hear me out. It's like an umbrella on a sunny day. You might not need it, but if the weather takes a turn for the worst, you'll be glad you have it. Travel insurance is designed to protect you from unexpected costs that can pop up while you're exploring the world. From medical emergencies to trip cancellations, lost luggage to travel delays, these unforeseen events can really dent your budget. Yes, it is an upfront cost, but it can save you a lot of money in the long run, not to mention the stress and hassle. So, as you're planning your trip and counting your pennies, remember to factor in the cost of travel insurance. It's an investment in your peace of mind. Travel insurance, an upfront cost for peace of mind, and potential savings. Let's revisit our journey to budget-friendly travel. We started by acknowledging that the dream of traveling doesn't have to stay a dream. It can indeed be a reality, even for those of us who are conscious of our pennies. All it requires is a bit of planning, and not just any planning, but meticulous, thoughtful preparation. This includes researching your destination, creating a budget, and sticking to it. Remember, every penny saved is a penny that can be used to make your travel experience richer in ways that count. Then we talked about the importance of flexibility, being open to traveling during off-peak times, staying in less popular areas, and even being ready to adjust your itinerary can result in significant savings. It's about embracing the unexpected and welcoming the adventure that comes with it. We also explored the world of accommodation alternatives. Forget the high-priced hotels. Think hostels, vacation rentals, or even house swapping. These options not only save you money, but can also provide a unique and authentic experience. Eating on a budget was another key point. We discussed how you can enjoy local cuisine without breaking the bank by eating at local markets and avoiding tourist traps. Remember, the tastiest food isn't always the most expensive. We then delved into the wealth of free attractions and activities available in most destinations. From museums to parks, and from historical landmarks to cultural events, the world is full of experiences that don't cost a dime. Public transportation was another topic we covered. Utilizing buses, trams, and trains not only saves money, but also offers a window into the local lifestyle. Lastly, we touched upon the often overlooked but essential aspect of budget travel: travel insurance. This is one area where it doesn't pay to skimp. It's the safety net that protects your investment and ensures your journey isn't derailed by unforeseen circumstances. With these budget travel hacks, the world is truly your affordable oyster. Safe travels.